to Creations by Autumn. Today I'm going to be changing up one of my designs that I've done already. I just wanted to kind of do something different with it, and this is one of my designs that I have available on my that will be available on my Etsy shop. But I just wanted to get on here and possibly show you guys how to do it and some of the useful ways the board can be used. This particular board, I'm going to get started, so gotta set it up. This particular board is the Odette board that we have available on my Chalk Couture site. It actually is one of the available boards that is actually erasable. So you can wipe this all off and spray it down with water, wipe it, do very well with that, and I'll show you that process. And then you can use it again doing something else. It also has these nice hooks on each side, so you can go for that side, or you can go this way to hang it up if that's how you would like to do that. You could possibly do something on this side, but considering it has the designs on this side, that would be a little bit difficult to deal with. Also, side note, I do have my son here with me, so he'll probably be popping in and out of the video, and I told him not to, so we'll just see how that works out. This board also has the option to be well, it has the option for you to just, kind of do some things different with it, which is amazing. We have a smaller size in this size also that you can kind of change it up and do things differently with. So I'm going to put my screen down just a little bit for you to focus on the table part of it and not me. And what paste we'll be using is the Candy Apple Red, the Shimmer Silver, and the Black Velvet, which is a black color. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm gonna do is, so you can see that good. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe all of this off with just a nice little amount of water. I have my spray bottle. If you have a spray bottle available, that is great. Honestly, that is really nice. If you don't, you can do whatever's best for you to get it to come off of the board and however it works for you. I also have my paste scraper, which this scraper is amazing. If you have something similar to this, that's great. But if not, I have these on my Chalk Couture site that you can use to scrape off paint. It does very well, especially for things that I've had on here for a while. I use this to kind of practice on my items that I want to be able to design and then have available on my Etsy shop. So that's kind of the process of what I have right now. Also, I have this one's not the very best one, but this is my board eraser. It's also a great tool to use to kind of wipe items off, the paste off also. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so get it in position so you guys can see it. So this is something that I've designed and tried it out. I really didn't like how my red turned out, so I'm gonna try again. Amazingly, that is how this all works out, which is really good. So I have my spray bottle here. If you have a different spray bottle, that's completely fine. I'm gonna spray it really well all the way across, just where the paste is at. You don't have to just completely get the whole board just completely wet, but I spray over each design a few times so it can kind of pick up a little bit. Just not too much to where it's like mess the board. Okay, so then with me having this on for a while, I'm gonna just go ahead and just scrape as much as I can before I wipe. You can use napkins also to wipe it up, but I usually kind of try to pick up with my paste scraper. And after we get the actual paste off, I'm gonna show you guys something that typically happens when you usually use a certain paste color, or if you or if you've left your paste on your surface for a period of time. So gather all the paste towards the middle as much as I can. Get it all towards the middle. I let the spoon and the fork sit a little while because it kind of takes this a little, because it's a little bit thicker. So you just scrape it off as much as you can. Oh, I'm really sorry, guys. Like I said, get all the paste towards the middle. Here, pushing it towards the middle. Pushing every bit of the paste towards the middle. I like to push it towards the middle so it won't kind of get stuck in the creases of the board. So it makes it a whole lot easier. And once I get all that in the middle, what I'm going to do now, wipe this off. And I usually use paper towels for this portion of it, but since I had a little bit more, I'm just gonna use my towel to kind of like soak up at the same time and pick up better than the paper towel. Sometimes the paper towel like rips up. So what I'm gonna do is just pick it up with this paper towel. With this towel, like so. Hold it. Makes it a little bit easier. And it gets fairly clean fairly fast. It doesn't take really much to get it clean. And it's just all about how you want to do it. Okay, so something that I wanted to show you guys, if you could possibly see it, I'm not sure if you can, but on here it's a little bit ghosting. It has a little bit of ghosting, which ghosting is left behind paste. You could probably, I don't know if I have it in the right position to where you can see it, but you can kind of see the words and the forks and things like that. The fork and spoon and the words that I had on here still on the board. So what is useful for this is the board eraser. So you spray just enough mist on there and then kind of go over it just a little bit harder than what you were doing with the paste scraper. Just a slight tad bit harder. And then we'll wipe it again. Right straight across. And I'm gonna go over them one more time. The reason why is because usually those colors that I've used, they kind of stick behind a little bit longer. They don't want to go. But the ghosting is completely off the board, which is amazing. When you want to use it again and again. Just go over it with the board eraser one more time. Right. Then just wipe greatly. Just wipe off really across, and then there you have it. It's like really clean, no more ghosting, and you can just start all over just from the beginning. So that's a good thing about this particular board also. It's really great. Kid wanted a snack, so get him a snack real quick. All right, so that is the process of cleaning any of the boards that I have. When you want to start over, that's just the particular process for that. This is the paste scraper that I used. I used just the regular misting Chalk Couture bottle, and then the board eraser. I'm pretty sure magic erasers will possibly work for that too, but it's just Chalk Couture supplies their own, so why not? Okay, so now with this, I'm gonna put this to the side for one moment to kind of get our pastes together. We have the candy apple, silver shimmer, and black velvet. So what I'll do is basically get these mixed up, get these looking pretty good so they won't be, because as you can see, that's not the best consistency. So I'm gonna just clean it up and, stir it up. Get it to where it's not so thick and chunky like that is. So you can spray just a good amount of water in there. Mix it up and you will have your consistency within minutes. So we'll stir this up greatly. And this is gonna go along with this black because it's not. It is really chunky. But it doesn't take really much. It's just water and consistent stirring. That is it. But while I'm doing this, if you guys have any questions, you can definitely comment. Leave a comment. You should definitely check out my Etsy site, see if some of the stuff that you could possibly try yourself at reasonable prices, of course. And some of the stuff that I do create with you guys, I have available. If you don't want to make your own, you can get mine. Now, everything that I create might not be on there, but some of them will be. Alright, so that is a whole lot better than what it was. It's not so chunky, it's able to be whipped, and it's ready to go. So the black is ready to go. We'll go ahead and mix up the silver real quick. And then we'll do the candy red. So the shimmer silver, usually the shimmery ones have like this other kind of consistency. So it'll be like, this one will be a little bit easier. It usually is. Not saying that it definitely is all the time, but it usually already has that whipped consistency. So that one did pretty good. Let's go ahead and get the candy apple. This one actually comes in a pretty good consistency also. It was shipped to me like this, so this one is really good. The only thing I don't like for it to get hard around the top part of the jars, so I make sure I clean the outside, the jars, top part of the jars first, and then I mix it all in to make it a smaller consistency, and then I go from there. So when I stir this up, I'll just mix it. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Alright guys, so we get all of them at a great consistency, and then we can mix, and then it helps a little bit when you just a small amount of water, however much water you think you would need for your paste, and then you're ready to go. But having that nice consistency is always the best way to make sure that your pastes are ready to be used. So after that, we'll get the board together. Let me get the board and things like that. Okay, so the board, remember we're going to be using the Odette board, which is available on the site, and we're using a bigger size transfer. This is the Pantry's Open transfer. It has many different things that you can use with it. You got all kinds of different designs that you can use, different things that you can put on there. So it's really, really useful. But I'm just using the basic couple things that I'm going to use, and then on something else I can use these other ones. So we have to remember that when using our pieces or our transfer pieces, we need to make sure we fuzz. Now the fuzzing process consists of, if you need to, you can use any type of thing. You can use a bath towel, things like that. So you'll pull up your surface, you put your backer, is what this is called, to the side, and then you will just run your hands across it on the towel and peel up. This one I've used a few times, so it's kind of already got that piece to it. Then I'm going to bring my surface over here, put these pieces to the side. So I'm going to use those. I'm going to go ahead and do this one. This is my middle part, so I kind of want to make sure I have it at a good consistency to where they're all even, they're not uneven, things like that. So, over so you guys can see. Okay, and then I'm just going to center it which this kind of helps with the centering because the center is where these circle indentions start at. So it kind of helps out a little bit. And then usually with these, where these angles are pointing, you can line those up usually. So it kind of helps a little bit. But this is just a process for me because I have to make sure I have it like laid out the way that I would love it to be. Especially when you're in the process of thinking about giving it to someone or someone needs to purchase it. You want it to look your best. So that'll work out nice and neatly to where I can use it. Let's go over just a little bit so I'll know my mesh part is laying down. And then I'm going to lay the fork across the top, closer to the black part, closer to the black bar. Just lay it. And then I'm going to go ahead and get the spoon, but I have to remember to fuzz it because it's still on the backer. I'm going to put it over to the side and fuzz it on my fuzzing cloth. I'm going to turn this one this way. Flatten it out. I just make sure, I really make sure I flatten out the mesh part of it to make sure it's laid out and it's all good and fine and dandy, to make sure it's gonna be evened out nicely, which it looks great. So to start off, I have my mini squeegee, I have a small squeegee just in case, and then my multi-tool. So got all those together and ready to go. But I'm gonna use my small squeegee right now. And then pantry is gonna be red. So I'll get my red, I'll cross it with a nice amount first. And then I will just spread it along the mesh part. So just take this time to watch what I'm doing. Making sure the mesh is completely covered from top to bottom, corner to corner, side to side, anything like that is always important. Because then you know that you may not have skipped any of the mesh areas. Then I'm going to wipe my excess into the jar. Always good to save. And then I'm going to get the other excess off of the transfer. The red usually gives me time to cook it all up because it's very but it's okay. Just don't use water every time you need to make it not so thick. Just don't use as much water, or don't use water every time, and then it gives it enough time to thicken up. Then I'm gonna just press down just a little bit, making sure I got every area of the mesh. Okay, and so with this part, since I have another section down here to do, I don't want to leave this pantry part that I did red onto the mat. So what I do is I just lift up a little bit, move this down, come towards the center, and lift it up off of the pantry, just good enough to where you see the pantry lifted, and then just lay it. So then it's not making any of it's not sticking or soaking into my transfer. And then that way I can hurry and do this section and then just peel it all up, and it'll be easier to clean off and it won't damage my transfer. So I'm gonna use the mini squeegee, and I'm gonna do silver. And then I'm just gonna go across just like I did with the pantry. Just making sure I get it all on the mesh. And the mesh is what I say when I say mesh, it's where you see the open white part and not the teal part. Over it one more time, making sure. I'm gonna wipe the excess off. And just go over it again, getting the excess off of the wording. This time I'm making sure it's within the wording, because now I can see the wording. And then we're ready to go. So then I can come back here where I started. In the middle is where you peel up, peel straight up, and then we can look at the open 24 hours. And then this I'm gonna put in my water bath. So I have it right next to me. That can start getting what it needs to do. So then this is gonna start drying. I have a couple areas that I really don't like, but you know, it'll work out. Okay, so now we're gonna do what I'm gonna do is put these to the side. Now we're gonna do the fork and the spoon, and that comes in the black area. So I'm gonna use my multi-tool. Just go across. Okay. So I'm just gonna go across this real quickly, so we'll have enough time to not let it sit, because you do not want this to set, like I said, to mess up your transfer. So I'm gonna just go over it, nice little area, get this area. Okay, good job. Like, move that off of there, and then doing the same thing across each area, each side, because you want to make sure that it's soaking through the mesh, but not too much to where you damage your transfer, but enough to where the design is on the transfer. So now I'm just kind of going over, and there we have it. Then we can go ahead and lift this up. There you go. Now we'll do the spoon. Same way. And there's many ways you can do this. If you want to do it in a certain design, you can. But this was my practicing time so that I can display what I have on my shop. We'll do the same thing with the spoon. Easy excess off. Okay, sit over there and put it. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Just going across, like, you know, just making sure it's all through, and you can see what design I created. Lift, set this down, pick up a corner, lift up from the middle, there we have it, voila, a cute little design, and then you can set it out ready to dry, and then it'll be ready to go for wherever you would like to hang it at. Or if you also have your own paste, you can do a different design that you would like to do and go from there. So that is how that works out. It's super duper cute. It's nice to kind of have when you want to look at different things, have different things to look at. Sorry guys, I can't get my screen working right. Okay. To look at different things to have around the house. It's good to hang up on the wall, and this is super cute. It turned out really, really cute to maybe put on above your pantry, things like that. And then you can just change it up. Like I said, you spray water on it and just change it the way that you would like to change it up, and just go from there. So if you guys have any questions, you can definitely comment with any questions, any useful, helpful tools that you may use on your own crafting ideas. That would be great. I would love to hear those, and I'm pretty sure everybody that follows my channel would like to hear those also. So whatever you may have. Also, I will put all my information in the description box for you guys to look at if you would like to do that. Or if you're just a crafty follower and like to watch my videos, thank you so much. And I will be getting in more stuff for you guys again. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked what you've seen. And also, if you are a crafter, maybe this is a different idea for you guys. And I hope that you use it and you can create something of your own. Again, thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.